From Keene and the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, December 15th, 2015. Silver is trading at $13.71 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,064 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $452. Antiwar.com reports, in what appears to be the single deadliest strike of the 9-month Saudi war in Yemen, forces loyal to the Shiite Houthis fired an OTR-21 Tachka tactical ballistic missile at a pro-Saudi coalition base near Taiz, with early reports putting the death toll around 152 troops. The identities of all the slain are still being sorted out, but dozens of foreign troops are among the slain, including Saudi Special Forces Commander Colonel Abdullah Sayyan. Emirati and Moroccan soldiers were also identified among the slain. The Houthis reported the attack was carried out by one of the nation's few remaining Tachka missiles and reported causing many losses in lives and military equipment, claiming to have destroyed Apache helicopters in the strike. This is the second Tachka missile used in the war, with a previous strike against the Emirati base in Marib province back in September, an attack which killed 45 soldiers. These stand as the two deadliest strikes against combatants during the war, though there have been several incidents where scores of civilians were slain. Yemen was believed to have around 10 Tachka missiles at the start of the war. It is unclear how many remain, as many early attacks targeted bases believed to hold Yemen's missile arsenals. Are you an advocate for free market money? Do you promote Bitcoin as an alternative in a fiat-centric world? Then you need SpinABit in your arsenal, the search engine for things you can buy with Bitcoin. SpinABit aggregates millions of products from thousands of Bitcoin-enabled merchants. Keep your money in the free economy. Visit SpinABit.co today. Bitcoin merchants, ask about our merchant suite to reach even more customers. SpinABit.co. UPI reports civilians operating most types of recreational drones must register the devices by February 19th under new rules announced by the Federal Aviation Administration on Monday. Owners of small unmanned aircraft weighing between 0.55 and 55 pounds and suitable for onboard cameras and other recreational uses, according to the FAA, must register with the FAA starting December 21st, either through a paper process or online. The FAA is waiving a $5 registration fee for the first 30 days from December 21st to January 20th to encourage quick registration. Anthony Fox, the Secretary of Transportation, said in a statement, "Make no mistake, unmanned aircraft enthusiasts are aviators, and with that title comes a great deal of responsibility. The registration process involves providing the FAA with the drone owner's name, home address, and an email address. Registrants must be over 13 years old, and the FAA will provide an identification number to be displayed on the aircraft." For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports a federal judge on Monday ruled that Chicago police used excessive force on a man who died after he was dragged by handcuffs out of his cell and down a hallway 3 years ago. The ruling came as Chicago police and Mayor Rahm Emanuel face intense scrutiny over the police department's use of force. Protesters have called for Emanuel's resignation since last month's release of a video showing a police officer shooting a teenager to death. In the separate case of the man dragged by handcuffs, Officer Keith Kirkland and Supervising Officer Sergeant Tommy Walker are liable in their treatment of Philip Coleman, who later died at a hospital, according to court documents. Coleman was arrested for domestic battery on December 12, 2012. After he refused to go to court the next morning, several officers went into his cell where he was tasered. Court records showed that Kirkland handcuffed, shackled, and dragged the motionless Coleman by the handcuffs. The tasering and dragging were caught on video cameras, but there was no accompanying audio, according to court documents. The Coleman video was released to the public last week. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.